Grand Rising, and welcome. Welcome, all you beautiful souls of light, to another segment of CLG Viewpoint. I'm Cindy Lorraine Grais, and it's such an honor to have you here today with me. It's Friday, April the 4th, 2025. Now, under natural law in the Kingdom of Canada, we have a new calendar. Yes, a new calendar. So today it's Divina Vita, Divine Life. Day 4, year 0035. Yes, Divina Vita, Divine Life. Day 4 of year 0035. Today we'll be covering a video by Dolores Cannon on manifesting. International news, breaking the ice, how Russia's nuclear fleet outpaces rivals. Local news, Nanaimo Ladysmith School District facing challenges with electric school buses. Still wondering, family of BC teen who died in government care. They demand answers. A turning point. Victoria niche manufacturer sees Trump's tariffs as opportunity to strengthen Canadian industries. Now each segment, I start with a sage clearing. For some of you who haven't heard of a sage clearing, it's a process where I clear out all the negative entities and energies out of my space, leaving positive energy. To all low energy, you are sent back to your perfect place, and so it is. Only divine love and divine light is allowed here, and so it is. Now on to Dolores Cannon.
You can see it in your mind, visualize it, it must happen. That's a law of the universe. I want you to think about what it is you want, but be specific. See it as already done, already accomplished. Don't worry about how it's going to happen. If you say, I've got to do this and this and this, you're limiting to them as the only possible way it can happen. Just say, this is what I want. See it as already done, already accomplished. They fill in the blank.
Now on to international news. Breaking the ice, how Russia's nuclear fleet outpaces rivals. The Cold War never ended. It just moved to the Arctic and got nuclear. RT News, April 2nd, 2024. In late March, at the VI Arctic Forum held in Murmansk, Russian President Vladimir Putin declared Moscow's commitment to expanding its fleet of nuclear icebreakers. Russia already possesses the largest icebreaker fleet globally, Putin noted. We must further solidify our position by commissioning advanced icebreakers, particularly nuclear-powered vessels uniquely available to us. He emphasizes that no other nation has a comparable fleet. But what exactly can Russia's Arctic fleet accomplish? A new generation. This Wednesday, the fourth nuclear-powered icebreaker of Project 22220, the Yakutia, completed sea trials and departed for operations along the Northern Sea Route, NSR. The Yakutia ranks among the world's most powerful nuclear icebreakers. The construction of Project 22220 icebreakers began in 2013, with plans to build at least 7 ships. 3 vessels, the Arctica, Siberia, and Ural, have entered service. The lead ship, the Arctica, was commissioned in 2020, becoming a flagship of Russia's contemporary Arctic exploration efforts. It was followed by the Siberia in 2021 and Ural in 2022. 2 additional ships, the and Kamchatka are currently under construction, and the keel for a seventh vessel, the Sakhalin, will be laid later this year. These icebreakers are constructed at the Baltic Shipyard in St. Petersburg, funded by Rosatom's Atomflot with state support. Advanced nuclear icebreakers such as the Yakutia are specifically engineered for harsh Arctic conditions and are capable of breaking ice up to 3 meters thick. Their unique hull designs enhance maneuverability in extreme cold and dense ice environments. Equipped with 2 nuclear reactors generating a combined 60 megawatts, they can operate autonomously for several months. Today, these vessels represent the most powerful and efficient icebreakers worldwide. Importantly, Russia has significantly reduced reliance on imported components, with domestically produced parts comprising 92% of each ship. Ultimately, Russia aims for complete self-sufficiency in producing all components for future nuclear icebreakers. Project 22220 icebreakers are versatile, designed for both open ocean and river channel navigation. Their design integrates the strengths of previous generation vessels such as the ocean-going Arktika and the river-focused Tamir. Adjustable ballast tanks can be filled with seawater to increase draft and enhance icebreaking capability. Yakutia-class icebreakers are intended to replace older ships nearing the end of their operational lives. As the newer icebreakers enter service, older vessels such as the Tamir, Vatnoch, and Yamal will eventually be decommissioned. While their operational lifespan has been extended until 2027, these aging icebreakers will ultimately be succeeded by more advanced and powerful vessels. Currently, Russia's Atomflot operates 9 nuclear icebreakers. The nuclear power transport ship Sevmorput, 2 river-class icebreakers Tamir, and Vanoch sea-class icebreakers such as the Yamal and the Project 10521 50 Years of Victory, alongside the latest Project 22220 vessels. These ships support Russia's rapid Arctic development and establish navigable shipping routes from Murmansk to Kamchatka along the NSR. Beyond nuclear icebreakers, Russia maintains conventional icebreakers and is constructing 4 non-nuclear ice-class Project 23550 patrol vessels. This robust fleet significantly enhances Russia's capabilities for year-round maritime navigation in the Arctic, securing conventional shipping and safeguarding national interests in the region. Why the Arctic matters. Well, the Arctic region holds vast reserves of natural resources: oil, gas, minerals, and fisheries, which could significantly impact the global economy. Additionally, it offers Russia's northern sea route, could substantially shorten trade distances between Europe and Asia, connecting China, Japan, Europe, and the U.S. East Coast. Nuclear icebreakers are essentially for safely guided vessels through Arctic ice. Now on to the video. On to local news. Nanaimo Ladysmith, the school district facing challenges with electric school buses. Check News, written by Nicole Knowles. Local Journalism Initiative reporter Gabriel Sounder, April 3rd, 2025. Nanaimo Ladysmith Public Schools is facing challenges with transitioning to electric buses, with the transition to electric buses. Electric buses have brought cost savings and environmental benefits. Operational and logistical challenges remain with the district's 10 electric buses. The biggest challenges within transportation is with electrification and working through new products that are causing a lot of difficulties, both mechanically and with charging issues, said Tracy Mowat, transportation manager. The fuel savings for school district has been significant, approximately 46 cents per kilometer. Maintenance costs have remained within expected levels for now due to warranties, but significant repairs have had to be done to the new buses. The list includes battery replacements, transmission replacements, air compressor replacements, and repairs to heaters and brake systems. At the moment, these repairs aren't causing great costs, but could in the future, if and when required. Due to the bus's range being under 200 kilometers per day and charging logistics, charter services become difficult. The bus yard is unable to install fast chargers that could see the buses ready for midday operations, which is getting students to and from extracurricular field trips. The Transportation Department has secured 3 additional buses to support this while working on funding to increase electrical capacity at the bus yard to support the fast chargers. We want to support the students, but we are limited with the amount of buses and the electric buses not having enough charge to do it, said Mowat. My personal thoughts. Do you think that electric buses are safe and cost effective? There should be a full forensic audit on all electric school buses. Safety of the children, our VRPs, is our utmost concern. Still wondering, family of BC teen who died in government care demand answers. Global News, written by Amy Judd and Kylie Stanton, posted April 2nd, 2025. A family of a young woman who died while in the care of the Ministry of Children and Family Development is demanding answers about what happened to her. Chantel Williams was in the care of Yusma Nuchatnot Family and Child Services when she was found outside and unresponsive at January 28th in the 4900 block of Ian Avenue in Port Alberni. I'm still wondering and asking. I never get answers from them of how she died and why she was in the hospital and why didn't they keep her in the hospital and why they didn't find her earlier than around 5 in the morning when they found her on a sidewalk. Chantel's grandfather, George Nukmas, said in the halls of the BC legislature on Wednesday morning. The family believes Williams froze to death. Nukmas said that Williams was taken from the family when she was 4 years old. They will not give me any answers yet. I'm in the dark, he said. In a statement, the Yushma Nuchatma Family and Child Services, Nuchanot Family and Child Care Services said it is aware of the family's concerns and is saddened by Williams' death. The organization said it is working closely with the Ministry of Child and Family Development and the Office of the Representative for Children and Youth so it can address the family's concerns. The final coroner's report is not yet available. Zero cause of death is unknown at this time, the organization said. Williams' aunt, Shannon Nakimus, said her niece had her whole life ahead of her and was way too young to die. I think we must need some answers so we can just go on with our lives. Amelia Boatby, conservative MLA and critic of the Ministry of Children and Family Development, said there were 103 children who died last year while receiving services from the ministry. All too often, these cases are treated like a one-off, when in reality, there's a systematic problem, she said. As of right now, only 9 of the 72 recommendations have been implemented from the representative for children and youth. Only 9 of 72. In a statement of Global News, Jennifer Charlesworth, the representative for children and youth, said it is her responsibility to review, in some cases, investigate the critical injuries and deaths of young people in care or those who are receiving reviewable services as defined in the Representative for Children and Youth Act. Charlesworth said that in accordance with S13 of the Act, an investigation cannot proceed until any criminal investigations are concluded. If there are no criminal investigations, they still must wait 1 year. 1 year to allow for the BC Coroner's Service and any other organization to complete their mandate reviews. If the BCCS and public bodies have not completed these reviews within 1 year of a child's death, and there are no outstanding criminal investigations or court proceedings, then we may proceed to full investigate, Charlesworth said in a statement. In light of these provisions, we are not able to initiate a full investigation at this time, given that Chantal just recently passed away. However, Charlesworth did state that the office has undertaken an initial review and spoken with leaders and the tribal council to learn more about what happened to Williams. Along with 3 other members of my team, I will be visiting the Port Alberni community in late April to meet with service providers, including the Indigenous Child and Family Service Agency and New Chilnut Tribal Council and related police, health, education, and community care services, she added. And on to the video.
Well, she was very loved and we miss her so much.
His family says they will never feel whole again. A loss now consumed by questions.
Why she was in the hospital, and why didn't they keep her in the hospital, and why didn't they find her earlier?
18-year-old Chantel Williams died on January 28th. She was found unresponsive in the 4900 block of Ian Avenue in the early hours of the morning, just a few blocks from the Port Alberni group home where she'd been living. And while the family believes she died of exposure,
They said she died of natural causes. That's not right.
I think we just need some answers.
Williams was in the care of Usma Nuchanath Family and Child Services, an agency of the Ministry of Children and Family Development. In a statement, the Nuchanath Tribal Council says Usma is working closely with all investigations to try and find the answers so we can address the family's concerns. But today, their questions are being redirected.
When will this government get serious about the safety of kids in its care?
I'm committed to working every single day. I have cleared my schedule this afternoon. I would like to meet with the family if they would like to meet with me.
Cases like this, they do happen again and again and again. It's not just an isolated incident, and if it's treated as an isolated incident, we're never going to get to the systemic issues causing it.
The coroner has not yet released a final report, limiting BC's representative for children and youth to launch an investigation. But an initial review of Williams' case is underway, and soon it will be taking a comprehensive look at government-funded staffed homes to illuminate where gaps in practice and quality of care exist.
Chantal had her whole life ahead of her.
But for now, this family and many others will forever have a gap of their own.
She was way too young to die.
Kylie Stanton, Global News.
My personal thoughts. This story does not sit well with me. Finding a young girl outside and dead in the early hours of the day is absolutely horrendous in the cold weather in January. Why wasn't she in her room, safe, asleep? A full forensic audit under natural law. Full forensic audit under natural law needs to be implemented quick, fast, and in a hurry. A turning point. Victoria Niche. Manufacturer sees Trump's tariffs as opportunity to strengthen Canadian industries. Check News written by Corey Sidaway, April 2nd, 2025. As U.S. President Donald Trump announces Canada and Mexico will not be subject to his new global tariffs, there is reluctant acquiescence to the 25% tax on Canadians' auto, aluminum, and steel exports in the capital city. Rain House Manufacturing in Vic West, which specializes in niche manufacturing of things like circuit boards, surgical parts, and submarine components, says the tariffs will hurt, but if looked at as opportunities, could build Canada's economy. There's so much flip-flopping going on with Trump that it doesn't make sense for us to pay attention to. So what we're focused on is pivoting, said Ray Brogden of Rain House Manufacturing. That pivoting is seeking new business relationship like auto parts maker in Ontario, where they're getting traction like never before. A connection with a Quebec company working in France on defense-related work with submarines and expanding business in Mexico. It would have never happened before, so you could say Trump's tariffs generate opportunity, said Brogden. Like it or not, Brogden said this is evolution and sees the moment as an opportunity to increase Canada's GDP. We have all the resources in the world. We should be like the richest country in the world. What are we doing? We're sending out all these raw materials that doesn't make any sense. We should be processing this stuff here, says Brogden. Expanding Canadian refining and manufacturing industries is something Brogden says the nation should have been doing long ago. Now on to the video.
This Vic West manufacturing shop, Trump's tariffs or not, business as usual.
Making some parts for submarines.
The niche manufacturer, Rain House, is building things like circuit boards, surgical parts,
This thing is very thick steel.
and submarine portable storage lockers for mine-destroying drones, no matter what the president decides.
There's so much flip-flopping going on with Trump that it doesn't make sense for us to pay attention to that. What we pay attention to is pivoting.
First, it was the pandemic that forced them to build relationships elsewhere. Now it's Trump's tariffs, triggering them to seek out new relationships, like auto parts makers in Ontario, getting traction there where they never have before, Quebec companies doing work in France with defense work on submarines, and business in Mexico.
It never would have happened before. So you could say Trump's tariffs generate opportunity.
Like it or not, Rome says this is evolution and sees it as an opportunity to increase Canada's GDP.
We have all the resources in the world, and what are we doing? We're sending out all these raw materials, and that doesn't make any sense. We should be processing that stuff here.
It's something he says Canada should have been doing long ago. CEO of the Greater Victoria Chamber of Commerce says there may be relief to know that we're not facing compounding tariffs.
It seems that we've been a bit of a guinea pig here. We were held up as an example for the rest of the world.
But says Vancouver Island is maybe the region least impacted by tariffs in Canada because our economies don't rely on wholesale manufacturing. Back at Rain House,
Hopefully this is a turning point.
there's hope that as we redefine our relationship with the United States, we focus inward at the resources we already have at our fingertips.
My personal thoughts. That is the Canadian spirit. The true Canadian spirit. Not to focus on the flip-flopping going on with the tariffs, but focusing on new business, relationships right across Canada. In Canada, Canada made. I am Cindy Lorraine Grais, and it has been an honor to be here with you. And I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. If you feel compelled to, please share this forum. Enjoy the beautiful video I have here on white buffalo calf woman. Beautiful, beautiful messages she has to share. Have a truly wonderful day and see you on Monday, April the 7th, 2025. Take care, enjoy, and have a fabulous weekend.